Family planning has for a long time been considered a woman's responsibility. Although men have a range of family planning methods, many shy away for fear of being emasculated. This week on Bona Man, Cecilia Lubanga engages Patrick Oyenga, a rare type of man in the African culture who opted to undergo vasectomy, a form of male birth control.
As a man with a family in Kenya, you are competing with a lot of challenges to provide for your household. Top of the list is being climate change that has translated to the ever-rising cost of living. This coupled with limited resources that do not match the population size. With the graph for newborn babies in the country always pointing north, Kenya is staring at a ticking time bomb.
We have gained 9.3 million extra mouths to feed in 4 years, compared to a marginal increase in Kenya's gross national income.
Existing in the current times and dynamics in the economy, maintaining a household by most men has proven quite tough due to the continuous increase in the cost of living. However, there exists a solution that could possibly save so many children from ending up in the streets. But it's also a solution that is not embraced in the society by most men. Involving men in family planning and reproductive health is critical for promoting family health. In Kenya, however, men's involvement in the matter has been consistently low, contributing to the low use of family planning services and relatively a high number of maternal and child deaths in the country. Most of the men are engaged were intrigued by the idea, but a majority still consider the role as women's responsibility.
Sijafanya juu sasa sijaona akiwa na shida yoyote, akitumia ndawa bado inampiki kwake iko sawa. Shindano ndio atumiange juu shindano akindongo hiyo ni kwake ni shida, but ndawa akitumia ndawa kwake iko sawa. Lakini ingekuwa akitumia hizo madawa zinamuaffect, ingemsaidia.
This pointing to a huge culture base that needs changing if many more men are to participate. Some are aware but choose not to. A majority, however, lack the slightest idea of what men family planning is, highlighting the existing gap that the government has to raise again as time to fill.
Unajua kuna family planning for wanaume?
Nimeisikia.
Umesikia? Na ushiko interested kufanya family planning?
Sijai kuwa interested juu kitu ya kwanza education. Hatujafundishwa ile ya kufaa.
Mi usikia no mi zoezi mekio ati nikuwe ati natumia shughuli kama hiyo ati ya family plan.
Sijawasikia commotion.
The current cost of living has been worsened by the ongoing drought that has crippled food production, a primary need for household survival. For low-income families with many children, it is a game of chess with hunger on a daily basis to get food on the table. Patrick Oyenga, aware of the economic situation in the country, opted for the knife after the third child, well aware of the uncertain future he would be staring at right now had he added more to his fold.
I'm a person who feel that things have changed. Of course, we're talking about from the biases of climate change. And from the basis of climate change, we're talking about one of the things that is very, very important for us here is controlling population. And now, away from controlling population, we're talking about how can we be, or the well-being, a social well-being. Looking at it that we can be able to live better if we are able to control our families. And that's why I decided that I can be able to do family planning as a man. And as a man, of course, having looked at the various methods available for family planning, I decided that I'm going to do vasectomy. And of course, the other reason for that is that I have 3 children who feel that that's enough for me. And I feel that even away from the economic maybe terms or economic well-being, if at all I'm in the resource endorsed, of course there are other people that I know they need these resources. People around me have people, have children in the street. I'm self-employed and I feel that we have much more to do around what is around ourselves as people.
According to the United Nations World Population Prospects 2008 revision, the world population touched a whopping 6.8 billion, with 5.6 billion, that is translating to 82%, living in the less developed regions. This is further expected to jump to 9.1 billion by 2050, with most of this growth expected to be recorded in developing countries.
If you compare the number of women to men coming for family planning, the number of men are very, very low. So like maybe in a week's time, we may have about maybe 5 to 7 men clients coming to inquire about male family planning services. And if you can compare that ratio, we may have maybe over 50 women coming to inquire maybe about family planning services.
Fast population growth has been found to hinder the reduction of poverty and the achievement of international agri development goals. The 2008-2009 Kenya Demographic and Health Survey revealed that a sizable proportion of men do not support women's use of family planning. 2 out of 5 men believe that women's use of family planning will make them promiscuous, and 1 in every 5 men said that the family planning is a women's business.
People still have that traditional mindset that women are the one who specifically should go for family planning. So you will find that this one has really affected women in many other ways. Or you may find that very few men who have been enlightened about family planning, they are the ones who actually may go for the family planning, maybe from the drive from their partners, or maybe if they have got enlightened, maybe from the medias, or maybe from their friends.
Retrogressive culture being a contributing hindrance.
Culture is that powerful thing, and of course it is here to live with us, and we're not saying that we're going to erase our culture, yes. But I think people are supposed to be informed about the climate change, especially and all these. Of course, my reading tells me that climate change has been a good reason for doing so many things that are coming around.
Kenya's Population Policy for National Development recognizes that low male involvement in family planning and reproductive health is an obstacle to reducing the pace of population growth to match the country's available resources. Although men's participation is mainly limited to providing money, a sizable number of men desire to play a greater role.
Kanitaridhika na hiyo masomo na nikuwe convinced naweza fanya.
Cecilia Lubanga, Look Up TV.